Good morning and welcome to video 5 of Mom on a Mission. Today we're going to be talking about lunches and lunchtime. And lunchtime is almost as important as breakfast when it comes to nourishing our kids because, they really need the nutrients and they need to feel full and satisfied to not only replenish all the activity that they've, done throughout their school day, but also get them through until that bell rings and they come home to you. So lunches are great, and we really need to think about how to make lunches fun for kids. I don't know if you've ever been to your kiddo's school at lunchtime. I used to read to mine in kindergarten, and I would look at the table and see such an array and vast range of what lunch meant. A lot of the meals were balanced, some weren't. The kids who were having hot lunch were taking things and then pretty much ditching a lot of them into the garbage. And so it really was eye-opening for me. But what was universal is that kids always want what others have, right? And so, luckily there's no trading allowed at my son's school, because if there were, he probably would end up with goldfish and a cookie and maybe a piece of candy, right? So, the challenge is really, how do we balance their lunches at school and allow them, just the chance to have a wide variety, and encourage them to eat that wide variety so that they are feeling full and satisfied throughout the day. And so as far as what we have seen work for us is just a couple simple ways. And one of the things that we do is we really allow our kids to be part of the choice and part of the process. So when we are actually making our lunches, they still have that visual image of the My Plate, where they really need to focus on, filling their lunchbox half with fruits and vegetables, and then the other with some protein and grains, and so they still know that that's part of the process, but they get to choose, what in our pantry, what in our fridge do they want to put inside. And that's really fun because it lets them take, ownership of their lunch and allow them to, know what they're getting and know that they like it. We do have theme lunches. Of being a former teacher myself, I love themes. So, as far as themes are concerned, you can find a whole bunch of ideas on Pinterest. I will post a couple links so you can see. And, themes are just fun because other kids see the lunch and they're really excited to see what your kiddo has. And your kiddo is really excited to share, what they have as well. As far as, alongside with that, bento boxes are a great tool. I don't know if you all have them, but, sometimes you'll see little silicone baking cups, that are great for portion control. Bento boxes are very similar in the fact that everything is portioned out. So, it's a reasonable amount, per item, and that's great too. Because if I didn't have that, I think my kids would probably fill their entire lunchbox with grapes and not much of anything else. And then, of course, when you're a kid, the most important thing in life is to have fun, and that everything is fun. So what we do for, making lunches fun is we use a lot of cookie cutters. So some of our favorites are egg salad sandwich, and we use a chicken or an Easter egg cookie cutter. So it just looks fun to eat. I've seen people use a bunny cookie cutter and make little strips out of carrots, for that to be fun. We leave notes for our kids. Sometimes I'll include something new, like a pear and smashed avocado sandwich, and I say, I love you and I'm really proud of you for trying this new food. Sometimes I'll give my kids incentives for trying something new in their lunchbox. And that's really important too, because kids want to be able to, try something, but know that, they're being really, rewarded. And even if that's just a praise and not an actual thing, it's really important to them. So that's how we make our lunches fun. And I know as I'm saying all this, you're saying to yourself, probably there's a voice inside your head saying, there's no way. She's crazy. I don't have time to do that. And I get it. I so get it. And so really what I recommend is just doing it at night, the night before. And it still takes the same amount of time. I get that. But just know that what you're doing is you're preparing them to really see that this is doable, and to really realize that they can learn from this, and that they can see every day what it means to make really positive health choices and to eat the right foods. And, eventually they're going to do this on their own. You're just providing the example for them. And so I really challenge you to just take the time the night before, make it happen, and provide some fun lunches for your kids. If you have any ideas of your own, I would love to hear them. So please put them down. We always love to learn from each other. We are all in this mission together. And so thank you for your time. And we are going to come back on next Tuesday. We're going to talk about labeling and how important it is to read labels and to really understand what we need to stay away from and also what we need to seek out in a label. All right, have a good weekend, everybody.